what is everybody? How's it going? My name's Crow. Welcome back to another new motherfucking video on the channel. How you guys doing? Listen, 3 videos in under a week. I feel like you guys should subscribe for that and vote for me in 2040. If you don't, I'm going to cry and I'm going to go into a manic episode. We don't know what'll happen then. But yeah, drop a like, comment, subscribe. It's all fucking free. Why wouldn't you? Everything else in this fucking world cost $1 billion goddamn dollars, it feels like. Do it. Alright? Listen, today guys, we are going to be talking about the greatest breakup to ever happen, honestly. Beautiful, beautiful breakup. I would pay trillions of dollars to have this information be shown to me again for the first time. Okay, right. We're going to be talking about this tweet right here. You guys already knew when I said the greatest breakup. If you watch my channel, you knew exactly what breakup we're talking about. The Elon Musk and Donald J. Trump breakup. But not really the breakup, more what Elon had to say and the information that I feel needs to be spoken about more. So yeah, Elon Musk tweets out, or pop it up on the screen here, time to drop the really big bomb, at real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. Before we go on, this tweet has 208.4 million views, 330,000 reposts. It's an insanely fucking popular tweet, right? So that led me to try and think about some things that I know a lot of people always talk about: the 7 times views on the flight logs and the pictures that they have together and the business that they still operated with. And you know, I talk a lot about the 2008 original case whenever it was talked about that Donald J. Trump had solicited a teenager, a 14-year-old from Mar-a-Lago, to go give a sexual massage to Jeffrey Epstein at his New York house in Manhattan for $200 while she was fully unclothed, which would later lead to sexual acts. People still deny this. It's all fucking proven. Like, there's just literally nothing that you can say against it. But yeah, we're going to be talking about the Jane Doe versus Donald J. Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. Jane Doe, we will have a couple of Does in here. I believe we have a Tiffany Doe, a Jane Doe, and a Joanne Doe. They all chose to remain anonymous, I imagine for their own safety. But yeah, this is case 116-CV-07673. If you guys want to go look it up yourself, I'm using documentcloud.org. You guys can always go to congress.gov, or I believe you can go to Southern District of New York and look at their records there. You'll be able to find it. But yeah, we're gonna go over this. So this is a like a trial, lawsuit, whatever you want to call it, for a complaint for rape, sexual misconduct, criminal sexual acts, sexual abuse, forcible touching, assault, battery, intentional and reckless infliction of emotional distress, duress, false imprisonment, and defamation. All right. So here we go. Let's just get into it. So we have. So I guess I'll read out what I feel is like important notes. There's 19 pages, so if you guys want to go read all 19 pages for yourself, or if you want a longer video that we could make on like a second channel where I'm going over the whole court case, that would be fun. But those videos would take fucking forever. So yeah, let's get into it here. We're gonna start reading from section 7. Plaintiff was subject to acts of rape, sexual misconduct, criminal sexual acts, sexual abuse, forcible touching, assault, battery, intentional and reckless infliction of emotional distress, duress, false imprisonment, and threats of death, or serious bodily injury by the defendants. That took place at several parties during the summer months of 1994. The parties were held by the defendant Epstein, which it's gonna say in like the file defendant every time. I'm not gonna use that. We're just gonna call them by their names. But yeah, were held by Epstein at a New York City residence that was being used by Epstein at 9 East 71st Street in Manhattan. During this period, the plaintiff was a minor of age 13 and was legally incapable under New York law of consenting to sexual intercourse and the other sexual conducts detailed herein. New York Penal Code 130.05, Section 3A. First off, I just wanna state this real fucking quick, right? If you're an adult and you're throwing in a fucking party, right? Unless it's a fucking child's birthday party, there does not need to be anybody under the age of 18 at all. If there's alcohol there, me personally, there doesn't need to be anybody under the age of 21 by the chance that they might end up drinking the fucking alcohol and now you're in trouble because a fucking 18-year-old has drunk at your party. But you didn't care about that. What you cared about was there's a 13-year-old at this fucking party with adults, known pedophiles, alcohol, drugs out the fucking ass. Like, I don't know. I understand it's not a crime, but if you're a grown-ass man and you have a 13-year-old at your fucking party, automatically that right there, lock him the fuck up. But, you know, it's okay. We'll continue reading here. The rape in the first, second, and third degrees, sexual misconduct, criminal sexual acts in the first, second, and third degree, sexual abuse in the first, second, and third degree, and forcible touching, and and belief, and on information and belief predatory sexual assault. Detailed herein are unlawful under the New York law, Penal Code 130.20-130.52 and 130.55-130.65, and constitutes the torts of assault, battery, false imprisonment, da-da-da-da-da. It's just going to keep saying the same things that it's been saying. Yeah. Alright. At least four of the parties were attended by Trump. On information and belief, by this time in 1994, Trump had known Epstein for 7 years. Trump gave a quote to New York Times in 2002 stating, I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. Trump booms from a speakerphone. He's a lot of fun to be with. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side, no doubt about it. Jeffrey enjoys his social life. This was all a quote by Donald J. Trump. And knew that the plaintiff was then just 13 years old. So Donald Trump knew that the plaintiff was 13 years old. Trump initiated sexual contact with the plaintiff at 4 different parties on the 4th and final sexual encounter with defendant Trump. Trump tied the plaintiff to the 13-year-old. I understand we're saying plaintiff, but I feel like it's more striking if we use what actually happened. Because when you say plaintiff, people's heads can get lost. They can start thinking things. We're going to be very explicit with this. And editor me, remember, put a trigger warning or something at the start of this video, because this shit's gonna get fucked. So, Trump tied the 13-year-old to the bed, exposed himself to the 13-year-old, and then proceeded to forcibly rape the 13-year-old. During the course of his savage sexual attack, the 13-year-old loudly pleaded with Trump to stop, but with no effect. Trump responded to the 13-year-old's pleas by violently striking the 13-year-old in the face with an open hand and screaming that he could do whatever he wanted. Immediately following the rape, Trump threatened the plaintiff, or 13-year-old, that if she were ever to reveal any details of the sexual or physical abuse by Trump, that her family and her would be physically harmed if not killed. Epstein had sexual contact with the plaintiff at 2 of the parties. The second sexual encounter with the defendant, Epstein, took place after the 13-year-old had been raped by Trump. Epstein forced himself upon the 13-year-old and proceeded to rape her anally and vaginally despite her loud pleas to stop. Epstein then attempted to strike the plaintiff with the head of his closed fist while he angrily screamed at the plaintiff that he, Epstein, rather than Trump, should have been the one to take the 13-year-old's virginity. Before the 13-year-old managed to break away from Epstein, the threats of violence against the 13-year-old and her family continued, this time from Epstein, who reiterated that the plaintiff was not to reveal any of the details of his sexual and physical abuse, specifically stating that there would be serious physical harm to her and her family if not killed in total. While still under threats of physical harm by coming forward and having no reason to believe that the threats have ever been lifted or would be lifted, the 13-year-old, who has suffered stress, emotional distress, mental pain, and suffering along with other problems ever since the assault, was subjected to daily painful reminders of the horrific acts of the one perpetrators, Donald J. Trump. So yeah, I mean, that's like the one main part that I wanted to speak about. I don't know, because this happened in so the case happened in 2016. The rape happened in 1994? Yeah, 94. So they were 13 in 94. This person's like 30 something now. I don't know. I'm fucking awful with math. But
You're born in 89.
I don't fucking know. And then like there's another like whole thing. I'll also put the link down below. I'm not really gonna go into it that much. It's docs.house.gov/meetings. It's the Jeffrey Epstein tapes where they listen to them very closely, and he talks about how he was Donald Trump's closest friend, and one of my favorite quotes from this entire paper is, the convicted pedophile even boasted of his closeness to Trump and now wife Melania by claiming the first time he ever fucked her was on my plane. So I don't know. You guys know 25 women? Yeah. 25 women have came out since the 80s and stated that Trump has sexually assaulted them. Listen, right, if one comes out and you beat the case, and then another comes out and you beat the case, and I'm saying beat the case as in like it's proven that you didn't do these actions, and you do it like 7 times, right? By the 8th person that claims it, the society's view is gonna be like, oh well, he didn't do it the 7 times, he definitely didn't do it the 8th. But when you done it once, twice, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and then it doesn't ever seem like there's really any trials that ever happen. Most of these women just get paid, like, money to shut the fuck up. There's never, what's that? Oh, yeah, never a not guilty verdict. Just never. I don't know. I mean, maybe you guys can, like, find something down below where it's, like, fucking, you know, but I don't fucking know. I'll also leave down below, there's going to be 3 links down below. Let me explain them again. The document cloud link will be the link for the Doe versus Trump and Epstein case. The justice link will be the sex trafficking conspiracy. It is the complete 14 pages on the United States versus Jeffrey Epstein on the sex trafficking conspiracy, so we'll leave that down below also. And then the docs.house.gov link will be from the Jeffrey Epstein tapes that they listened to. So yeah, if you guys want to go look into those, you guys can, and make your own opinions, because remember guys, I'm just a dumbass on the internet. There's not much that I can say to fucking change your mind. That's been proven already. But yeah, me personally, if Donald J. Trump was, you know, was at the island, and I love when I get people that come in my lives and they comment, they're like, even if he was at the island doesn't mean he did anything. if you sit at a table with a bunch of pedophiles and you eat with them, you may not be a pedophile, but you're a fucking weirdo.
And then if you show up to the party where they're fucking kids and you try and claim you're not fucking kids, why are you at the party?
Exactly. I don't know about you guys. If I, like, do you guys remember that scene from My Babysitter's a Vampire where they walked into the party room, they saw the fucking white bitch getting her, like, neck bit or some shit, and then they were like, nope, we're good, right? Why the fuck can't you guys just do that? I don't think it's that hard. Partake in fucking kids. Why are you on the island where they fuck kids? Allegedly, remember guys, all this is alleged. Donald, don't sue me. Johnson baby lotion smells good. Yeah, I think
that might not be a good place to end the video where you're talking about pedophiles.
I think it's a perfect place to end the video that's talking about pedophiles. Baby lotion. Not ecstasy? What the fuck? Ecstasy? That's what Diddy had, right? Ecstasy in those bottles of baby oil? It was liquid ecstasy?
Some people thought it was GHB, but I don't think that that's been proven yet.